Yo, what's going on YouTube? This your boy Kamen Spike back again once again. And today we have a Bakuage Sentai Boonboomger episode 47, and we are the penultimate episode, guys. Next week is the last episode of Bakuage Sentai Boonboomger, and it has been a wild ride. But in this episode, man, we see that everybody like a lot's happening, but it's not super rushed. We see that Mira has agreed. It basically just goes on and agrees to marry Wild Spender. And you know, I like how the team was able to get together and basically able to figure out and put together what their plan essentially is, you know, saying that, oh yeah, he's just gonna marry her just to keep us in check or whatever, make sure we don't do anything. And it's also making sure like we're backed into a corner. And we see that Mira she agrees to marry him because she basically agrees to marry him because there is a secret underlying plan, because you know there's always a secret underlying plan, big dog. But yeah, she agrees to marry him just to basically just like kind of keep everybody safe. But she also like has her own requests that she gives Wild Spender and stuff. She ends up giving Sashiro her boom boom changer and all that jazz. And we see that Naito Raita has started like full on like assembly, like full on just putting out the evil robos and stuff. We see that like a lot of the kids around the city are getting involved and trying to like defend the Boonboomger. And we see that Sakito and Bundi have taken it upon themselves to, you know, that we're gonna go up there and clean, you know, they're cleaners, so we're gonna go there and start cleaning stuff up. And they take upon themselves to go over there and just start destroying a bunch of the killer robos, just start blowing them up, all the ones that aren't moving and whatever, just start blowing them up and everything. And he's just out there in the city, or both of them are just out there in the city like destroying these robos. And we see that Naito Raita is trying to convince his nephew that like the Boonboomger aren't good guys, and they tricked you and things like that. And I'm just like, dang, man, he's just using that whole nice guy act just to get the kid to believe what he says. Like, but the kid's like, nah, man, you're lying to me, you're lying, man. The Boonboomger are great, they've saved my life multiple times, like they're awesome. And he actually starts rooting for Bundi and Sakito while they're out there destroying like all the robos. And then that's what, you know, Naito Raita is sending out more killer robos to fight against Bundi and Sakito. So we see that Mira gets there. Mira gets brought to Wild Spender, and she basically says that, hey, well, since I'm marrying you, I want a wedding gift. And he's like, all right, what is it? And basically says that she wants the BBG, she wants the Grand Prix. And he basically arranges it. He tells Grunts that, hey, call the proprietors and tell her that she owns it now. Like, they basically just gave everything to her. So after that, we see that Wild Spender does have a plan to put this ring on her that's basically able to control her. And once he puts the ring on her, he's able to, you know, he'll be able to control her. He say, hey, I'll make her dance for me. So we also see that Joe is, you know, he quit the cops and stuff like that, and he ends up saving our main three, because yeah, like, they didn't die, thank God. They didn't die after their last fight in the last episode, and they're actually getting attacked by some of the grunts. And then that's when Joe comes in and saves them. He saves them like multiple times, and he ends up finding out they were getting attacked from these five kids that were like kind of heard what's going on, and these kids are still like loyal to the Boonboomger and things like that. And we see that he kind of has a heart-to-heart kind of like talk with them, like, you know, they say that they basically quit because like they don't want to be disposable, like they don't want to be disposed of. And they also have like this heart-to-heart talk with Joe, and then they actually end up fighting with Joe. They actually help Joe out fighting some more of the grunts and things like that. And then we see Taya. He's back in the garage. He's standing in front of, you know, Bondadio's body and stuff like that. We also see that Saiba she's doing something behind the scenes, things like that. We don't know exactly what she's doing, but we know that Saiba got her own little plan that she's working on too. And she's probably also in the loop of what's going on with everybody. She's probably still in that. I know for sure she's got to be in the loop. Okay, it wouldn't be fair if she wasn't. But we see that we get to the wedding. Big, it feels like I'm watching King-Ohger again with the scale of this freaking room. But yeah, so he's getting ready to marry her. We see Taya ends up leaving the garage, and he gets ready to put the ring on her finger and things like that. And then that's where Taya comes in, and everything kind of comes full circle, because in the beginning of the series we saw that Mira was getting married to a man that she didn't want to get married to, and Taya was the one to come and bust her out to save her. And now we're right back here doing that again, but this time he grabs her, he swings her around, and then he ends up she kicks Wild Spender, and then that's when Taya comes in and he throws the boom boom changer, the Sashido, and he just like, yeah, and then Sashido ends up calling Safari. He ends up calling Marine. Yeah, he ends up calling Marine, which is basically his boom boom, his boom boom car. He calls Marine, and then Marine ends up coming in and knocking off Spender's little monkey buddy, and then it eats his little monkey buddy, and it destroys him. I'm like, God dang, like we just blew this little guy up. Like, why were y'all attacking him specifically? Turns out that the little monkey buddy was his weak point. Technically, it was his gasoline tank, and now that they got rid of that, we see that Spender starts to get kind of weak. He gets weak, and he's barely able to stand up and stuff like that. And yeah, Sashido's back. It was all part of a big old plan. We all knew this. We all knew the old boy was coming back in the end, but it felt kind of sudden, like out of nowhere. But at the same time, it still kind of fit. It still fit very much. It still fit very well. But then that's when he talks about, even the director of the ISA, the ISA is there. He's like, I thought you decommissioned all the boom boom cars. He was like, nah, I did it, but then I undid it. Like, so all the boom boom cars are out there somewhere, and they're able to be used. They're not in freaking impounds and stuff like that. So that's when we see that Spender starts to get real weak, and then that's when he also says that the other set of Yada cars can't come to Earth because they set up a barricade on top of the Rainbow Road, and thanks to Gemba, he was able to set up this big old barricade on it by using pieces of his original ship. Because we do see that Gemba does go back to the ship he came to Earth in. And yeah, so then that's when he summons a bunch of Grancy summons a bunch of grunts, and that's where Joe comes in, one shots all of them, and then the whole team is here. Our big five team is here, and everybody gets ready to hitching together. They hitching together, and then everybody puts their goes into the champion forms. And also BMD and Sakito have defeated all of the killer robos by himself. Defeated the entire army by himself. And I'm like, yeah, now you better hurry up and go help everybody else fight Spender, because I don't think he's gonna be anything to push over. And plus they're also fighting Gantz. We're actually gonna see Gantz fight in this episode, which I was very looking forward to, because bro just he gotta see him do something, man. He's the right hand man to the big boss. He better be powerful, I swear to God. But man, next episode is the last episode, and I've been dreading this day, but hey, it's gonna be here next week. It's the last episode, and I very much have enjoyed Boonboomger, man, and I can't wait to see how everything turns out. Especially, we haven't brought Bondario back to life yet, and we don't know, man. Maybe that little disco ball did something, because they haven't really been showing anything of his body. Like, they've been showing his body, but they haven't been showing like, oh, is he still turning into sand type of thing. They didn't show anything like that in this episode either. So I'm just like wondering, like, is he just gonna miraculously just get up, or is BMD actually gone? Like, it would suck, but is BMD actually out of here? But man, this episode was great. The whole Sashido thing, I mean, we all knew that bro was not truly evil at the end of the day. I was just wondering how long are they gonna drag this out, and when it's gonna be the moment where he where he comes back to the team, and then this is what was it. But with that being said, guys, you guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think of this episode of Bakuage Sentai Boonboomger, episode 47. If you made it this far in the video, I greatly do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys next time. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and remember, as I always say, stay henshined.